Hi guys, Berry Babe here, checking in. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear the rain behind me, but it's raining and it's chilly. I am wearing one of my Chico's HCG boutique shirts. I don't usually wear them up this high, but this fleece I bought 2-3 years ago when my weight was down, when I was like at 155, and then I promptly outgrew it. So this is the first time I've ever worn it. So I had to just flip through all those t-shirts hanging there, and it's 3/4 sleeves, and it's heavier. So if I'm in some place and I get warm, I can take the fleece off. When I before I had my arms done, or when I would wear sleeveless, it was like if I put this on, it was on, it didn't come off. I made myself some notes because I squirreled yesterday, and that's a Jennifer. Jennifer has taken squirrel to a whole new level. She actually squirreled. So yesterday I squirreled, and I remembered when I was watching the vlog what it was I wanted to talk about. When I did keto, 3 solid weeks, and then a little bit after, you know, I had said that I felt like I smelled like a pork rind. Things definitely took on different flavors. What I noticed when I was at my sister's the other day, and I was doing that imprudent eating, we kind of got into the Halloween candy. And there was one particular kind that has always been a favorite, and when I took a bite, it felt really dusty in my mouth. And even, and I didn't, it's like I didn't eat it. It was like, I don't want it. It's like, and I don't think it was old, you know, it tasted like old, but, and I did eat 1 or 2 other kind, and I ate those, but they had more nuts and things in them, a little more protein, yeah, right. But I remember that when I came off keto, some of the things that I went to eat weren't that familiar anymore. And people who have, I've heard people who've done keto for a while say that they don't have a taste for the sweet stuff anymore. That if you eat, things seemed, I remember things seeming, the real sugar things seeming really, really sweet, like almost like, oh my God, gag me too sweet. So that would be, if I got to the point where the real sugar was repugnant to me, that would be good. And I still have a problem with white bread and that kinds of things, potatoes and such, but recovering from a bread cheat would not be the same, would not, well, I don't know. That bread gets in there and turns into sugar and raises your insulin, so I don't know, but at any rate, I had my hands on some sugar-only things the other day at the store, and I put them back. I did get some salty, crunchy things for the trip. But, so, to the weight. Today, amazingly, I was down 0.7, was 142.6 today. I did take a water pill last night because my ankles were looking puffy. I had a Diet Coke at dinner. And about dinner, you know, I was so excited about going to Tony's, big Tony's, where they bring the plates like this. But I didn't want to go to the one that's in Bertrand. That one's always so crowded. And this one's just kind of, just off the main drag, and I thought I would rather go to the one that I don't think everybody knows about. It wasn't Big Tony's. It was Gag Me with a Spoon Tony's. The best thing on the menu was the Texas toast. I got my fish and chips, and then they let me split fries and onion rings, which Big Tony's won't do. But my husband got stew, and he thought it was all like, we have Gordon's Food Service here, where the restaurants can buy things, and I think it was just all Gordon's Food Service. There was no, the fantasy was not met, the senses were not satiated, so we're on our way to Bertrand, the real Big Tony's, because when I get back from vacation, back from DC, I'm going to try hard going right into getting to goal, whether I go back on the HCG or not, and then going into keto, and I won't be going to Big Tony's. So, yeah. My goal's 140, and so it's like I wanted to be here before DC, so I'm excited. If I come back still under 150, I'll be well pleased. I've got my scale on the list to take. Whether I'll take it or not, I don't know. I don't know if the floor's tile and the room's carpet, I'll have a hard time finding some place to put it unless we take a board. My husband might say that's a little much, but he does know how obsessive I am about the scale. So I wanted to talk about to Andy. You were telling stories and included references to things that I recognize from my children's childhood. My children are Guatemalan and appear Indian. They are Central American Indian, and we really, even though mine are short, we just really emulated Pocahontas and the brave, strong woman that she was. So Colors of the Wind. They were a little bit older when the Muppets came along with Colors of the Rainbow. And you can't, I don't know, I only know Rainbow Connection from Kermit singing it. So if there was a real artist that sang it, I was out of the loop. And Mutant Ninja Turtles, I had girls. They didn't do Barbies, but they didn't do Mutant Ninja Turtles. And I don't know if that was before their time. They just missed Dora the Explorer, which I was kind of sad for because she's a very good little Hispanic role model. But I wanted to tell you about my mermaid story. You know, I've had several plastic surgeries, and the first couple were in this particular private hospital, and the operating room, oh my God, so cold. And if they're working on your front and part of your back, they think there's any way they're gonna be moving anything, they do what's called a standing prep. So you go into this freezer operating room and you take off your gown and you stand there like this, and the doctor takes sponges and with Benadine or whatever they use, just really goes at you, and you're standing there and it's so cold. In my family, because I have little girls, we watch Mermaid a lot. Ariel sings a little song, goes something like, oh, oh, I mean, it's like, oh. Well, when my kids were little and they'd say, I'm cold, I'd say, well, can you sing the Ariel song? And if your teeth chatter, so you just go, oh, if you can sing the Ariel song, then I will acknowledge that you're cold. Otherwise, shut up about it. So in our family, when somebody says they're cold, they get the question, can you sing the Ariel song? So I was having a subsequent surgery, and the surgeon came in, and you know, I do not have a godlike reverence for him, and I said to him, you know, that operating room is so cold. I said, I was so cold I was able to sing the Mermaid song. And he said, the Mermaid song? Yeah, you know, Ariel. He said, oh. I said, you know, she sings that song, oh, and he knew who Ariel was. He had never connected the Mermaid song to being cold, but I thought, you know, I don't know what his situation is family-wise, but I suspect there are little girls in his past because, you know, Little Mermaid is one of those Disney princesses, for those of you that aren't in on that. My girls are in their 20s now, but that's still a family joke. Can you sing the Mermaid song? So we head to DC tomorrow. It's supposed to rain tomorrow too. It's raining here. Rick said he even saw some snow. Yike. if this rain keeps up, we won't have much foliage left on the trees because the rain will just beat it down. My daughter said it's cold in DC, but it doesn't look like fall yet, but it was feeling like fall. So I think to the football game I'll wear the layers that I wore to the football game up in the thumb, and that should do me well. So I'm pretty much packed all my daughter's things. I have one bag of bars that I bought for her, and I can't find it. You know, when I come in from the car, I've got 6 grocery bags hanging from each hand, and I just kind of dump things, and I usually run for the bathroom. And I go to my room, which is through the garage, through the hallway, through the kitchen, through the family room, down the hallway, all the way through my room. So I'm just dropping shit as I run. And so then I have to go back and collect. Sometimes I just throw it on my bed, or I throw it in the corner of the room, or I drop it in the kitchen. And I don't always remember to go back right away and collect it, and then things get shifted. I've got, you know, 3 adults living in the house, and I don't have a spick and span house. I have ADHD, where the hell is it house. And so I can't find that, and it's not such a big deal for the bars because I have a big bag of bars, all different kinds, but it has the birthday flavored chewing gum in it. There are these little gourmet gums, and it also has caramel corn gum in it. And the one thing my daughter asked for her birthday was the caramel corn that I make in a bag in the microwave, 35 individual little bags, so she could, you know, do her friends that way. I always used to make cupcakes for her to take and pass out, and so one year I actually mailed cupcakes to her, but she was new at the school and hadn't made many friends and ended up eating them all herself. That just made me sad. She's quite a jock, and once you connect, she's very personable, but she's pretty shy about stepping out and touching people on the shoulder. I don't have a problem with that. I talk to anybody. But both my kids, you know, but the older one, from the time she was 2, would go up to the McDonald's counter and ask for ketchup or whatever. She was so short, they couldn't see her. She was so tiny because she's only barely, she's not 5 feet now. She says she is, but so she'd stand there and they couldn't even see her, and I'd have to say, you know, they'd have to lean over the counter to look for her, and she'd just ask for what she wanted. So she's not shy that way, but she doesn't give up personal at all unless she decides you're worth it, you know. And she's got to keep your distance even with me. I hugged her before she left for college, and she says that still traumatizes her. So the birthday card I got her, we have a white beagle with blue eyes and spots, and so Snoopy is kind of a family. That's actually the younger daughter's dog, but both girls love both dogs. But it's Snoopy on the front, and you open it up and it's Snoopy giving you a big hug, pop-up card, you know. So when I do things for her, I say, this is me hugging you. Like I sent her a box of protein bars to school, and I didn't tell her they were coming. And she said, did you send me bars? I said, yeah, that's just me hugging you. Her college has a thing where they send out, they say, exams are coming, support your student, buy an I love you or I care package. And it's full of crap. It's got candy and I mean, it's got candy, crackers and candy and stuff. So I send protein bars. So the car's full of protein powder and protein bars and that sort of thing. So I don't think I'll get a chance, I won't be able to vlog in the morning because we're getting butt crack. Maybe tomorrow I'll have a chance someplace. I will try. Bye for now.